Hello, everybody. Today we are here to talk about tires. Specifically, what the heck is the difference between all these tires that you keep hearing about? Um, Winter tires, summer tires, all-season tires, blah, this tire, that tire. What's the difference between them? This is going to be a very, very basic explanation of what the difference between those tires are and why you should care. Um, we could go on for hours actually getting into the science behind tires because there is a massive amount of science that goes into the making of a tire. It's not just a piece of rubber in the shape of a donut that your car sits on. There's a whole lot more to it than that. These things take a huge amount of punishment. They have to last a long time. Depending on your use, if you're a long distance driver, they may need to last 7,500,000 miles. Or if you're a drag racer, you may need to have them connect to that pavement and grip it as firmly as possible to get your car moving down the road. Or if you live in Michigan like I do, you need to get around during the winter and you need to have tires that are capable of doing that kind of thing. So, what is the deal with tires that make one able to do something but not another? Let's show you three tires and explain a little bit about what the difference between each one is and when you should use each one. We have a winter tire, one of the most popular out there. It's a Bridgestone Blizzak. The one I've got as an example is a little older model, a WS60, but it's still a great tire. Um, I have a summer-only tire. It's kind of a no-name brand. It came with the car, but it gives you an example of what to look for. The tread design for these tires that makes them a summer tire. And then we have a all-season tire, a General Ultimax RT43, which is one of the best-selling tires out there right now for all season, for good reason. They are excellent tires at an excellent price, and show you how to tell the difference between them, what the difference makes for your car, and why you should care. So let's go take a look at the tires. Alrighty, so these are the tires right here. And over here we have the summer only. This is the all season. And this is the winter only, a snow tire. This one is an off-brand. It came with the car, so it's still going to be the same thing that you see on this one as you would all summer only tires. This is a Veloza, which never heard of before. The all season here is a brand new General Ultimax RT43, and this is a Bridgestone Blizzak WS60 snow tire. Now let's start over here with the all-season tire. And if you take a look at this, there are certain things, actually across all of these, there are certain things that you're going to see common to them. For being able to roll down the road, and have less rolling resistance because your tire actually resists rolling down the road. It's rubber, and as you're rolling along, it makes a little flat spot on the bottom, and that deformation of that rubber takes energy away from being able to push the car down the road. The more deformable, the softer the tire is, and the more squishy the compound is, the more your rolling resistance is going to be. These summer-only tires like this are designed with these long, straight blocks here that decrease your rolling resistance, and the rubber is actually a very hard rubber. It's designed to grip the road fairly well for your traction and braking and things like that, but it's a harder compound than what you would see on maybe something like this, and definitely something like that. You're going to see these channels here are designed for eliminating water. When you're driving down the road, when you hit a puddle of water, this tire is going to have a tendency to want to ride up on top of that water like a ski or a boat. That's called hydroplaning. That's a very bad thing. If you're going down the road and you hit a puddle of water like that and your tire raises up, it doesn't matter which way you turn that tire. It's on top of the water. It's not touching the ground, so you can't steer. That's a really bad thing, especially at highway speeds. You can, if you've got one tire that hits a deep section of water on highway speed especially, and it raises up, it's also going to have to push through the water, whereas the other one's touching the ground. That can cause it to, the car to want to twist like that, and that's when you get in wrecks. So really bad thing. These channels here, and even these cuts along the side, are designed to disperse that water. It gives the water a way to go so that it gets out of the way and lets the tire stay in contact with the road. So your summer tire, has the treads. But one thing you won't see on this summer tire that this one has is all of these little cuts and grooves and things. What's with that? And then if you look over at the winter, there's even hundreds of thousands of those things. What's with that? That's for your light snow and winter use. In the winter, you need to have something that bites onto the snow surface or in mud like a fingernail gripping the road. And that's what these things do here. Well, except this has none. All this is going to do, just like on water, it's going to ride on top of that snow like a snow ski, and there's nothing to grip. I mean, just these tiny little things here, these little things, these tires, I can guarantee you from personal experience, are worthless in even the lightest of snow because there's nothing whatsoever to grip the snow to make you go forward. So that's really what a summer tire is about, is for summer use. Now, another thing to keep in mind, these summer tires, because the tread is so hard, the rubber is so hard, they can't be used at low temperatures. A lot of these, I'm not sure if this is one of them, but you can get a lot of summer-only tires. They'll tell you, do not operate that tire at temperatures below about 40 degrees. The rubber is so hard that deformation of the tire when you hit bumps and, the gravity making the flat spot as you roll down the road, that'll cause the tire to crack, and that's not covered under warranty. So, you can spend $200 a tire on a good summer tire. You drive it in bad temperatures, and you can destroy that tire, and it's not a warrantable thing because you were the one that goofed up. Now we move over to the all-season tire. Notice this has channels to dispel water too, but it also has a lot of these grooves that not only allow the water to run under the tire, but it actually actively pushes the water away. It'll sling. You can see some cars when they're going through puddles sling these huge amounts of water away from the tire, which helps even more to make sure this tire stays in contact with the road. And that's what this is designed to do. You've got your central band here. You've got your fairly large blocks that help it go down the road and reduce your rolling resistance. But you've also got these deep channels, deep grooves, and these side cuts to help clear the water away. And they also do double duty because in snow, they'll help grip the snow. And these small little cuts like this grip the snow even better. These are even better on ice. On ice, you've got to have that fingernail biting into it kind of thing. And that's what all these little sipes is what they're called do. And you've got your cuts on the side like this, so that as you're going around the tire and it side loads that tire and wants to make it shoot this way in the snow, these angled pieces give it something for the snow to for the tire to bite into the snow when you're going around corners too. Now, speaking of snow, let's go over to this one, the winter tire. You also see the same types of grooves on this to get rid of water that you do on the other tires. This will also get rid of that slush as the snow starts to melt. You've got your channels to clear away the water. But what you also have for snow use specifically is thousands and thousands of these tiny little grooves here that are like millions of little fingernails biting into the surface of that snow and ice. Also, I don't know if you can see it on the video here, but if you look carefully, there's like a little glistening effect. You can see some of it right there perhaps. That's on these, there's a silica compound, like a sand, embedded into the tire that gives it a really sandpapery type surface that also helps on snow. So again, with the science. And you've got these angles here so that as you're going around the corners, it gives you a surface that is able to bite into the snow and allow you that traction to make it around that corner. And this also kind of gives you your blocks for your highway for decreasing your rolling resistance. So massive difference. This can't be used during the summer. I see every once in a while somebody using their winter tires during the summer, but another thing about these is this rubber is very soft. It's designed so that it mushes around like Play-Doh the snow and ice particles so that it can help grip them better. And because of that, these tires can wear out very quickly. You do not want to run these during the summer when it's hot outside. That will help make these things wear out a lot faster. If you change these out summer to winter, you can get several years of use out of a good set of snow tires. You run them all year round, not only will this make your tire perform worse and get worse gas mileage in the summer, but they're going to wear out within a couple of years max. And that's a lot of money to be spending on a tire just to wear it out. So there you have it. Again, that's just basic information on how these snow tires versus summer tires versus all-season tires work. But hopefully that'll give you a little bit of an explanation as to why they work and why you should care. If you live in a warm climate area and you never see temperatures below 40 degrees, you might be able to get away with a good summer tire because they're going to be good, long-lasting road tires. If you live in middle areas where you see a little bit of both, you know, a nice all-season tire will probably get you through the winter. But if you live in like Michigan like I do, snow tires really come in handy because there have been times where even a good set of all-season tires struggle, but I throw those snow tires on. A good set of snow tires, even a cheap set of snow tires, is going to be better than the best set of all-season tires because of the way they're designed specifically for snow and ice. So there you have it. I hope you got a little bit of something out of this. Let me know what your experiences are with the tires that you've run on your car and interesting stories that you may have to go with it. Always love to hear that kind of stuff. And I will talk to you guys later then.